What is happening, guys? My name is Jamie and today we're going to do a little bit of a controversial vid on this channel. Today, guys, we're basically doing the disappointing albums of 2019 in my opinion. Now, these albums per se aren't bad, but they are disappointing to me. I expected more. There have been some amazing albums this year, but there has also been some pretty shitty and crappy albums. I'm going to show you my disappointing experiences I've experienced with albums this year. Although some of you may love these albums, but you know what? This is sort of a fun video. It might not be fun if I put your album in the disappointing albums list though. So the first album that I didn't really enjoy, that I really wasn't connecting to, that I did see some really good reviews about it, and I listened to it and I said, wow, what a crock of shit. It's Sleep Token Sundowning.
You are dry as bone, you are taking your time.
Look, I appreciate the vocals, genty moments, nice breakdowns throughout some of these songs, like The Offering. Probably The Offering is one of my favorite songs, and God is at least metal. This is not a metal album. You sort of incorporate an alternative album. To be honest, I did not enjoy this album. I just felt like I was listening to like a One Direction member singing, to be honest. He's got some really nice vocals, don't get me wrong, and the lyrics overall are very strong, but sonically, holy shit. I didn't enjoy this. These vocals are okay. The lyrics overall are very strong. You can really appreciate the lyrics. I love how he talks about life. Really enjoy that part of the album. But to me, this album was disappointing, and basically I had to listen to Fit for an Autopsy to wash away that shit that I just listened to. Let's go on to the next album I didn't really enjoy, and it was Sabaton, The Great War. Okay, so Sabaton fans are probably gonna hate me for this, but I didn't really enjoy this album, and the reason why I didn't really enjoy this album is because it sounded generic. It was a very predictable album, and there are some good moments. Like Sabaton can do better than this in my opinion. Sabaton can do better. I've heard other Sabaton albums, and this is one of the weakest albums I've heard by Sabaton. I haven't heard all of Sabaton's albums, but I've heard this album. The lyrics overall are pretty strong. You gotta admit the lyrics overall are very strong, talking about World War I and the Great War itself. But sonically, it's a very disappointing album. Higher expectations. I'm gonna say the Red Baron's an amazing song. Red Baron's probably the best song, and The Ghost in Trenches is a good song as well. But the rest is just mediocre in my opinion. Like, it's not as bad as Sleep Token, but it's pretty disappointing in my opinion. And probably Sabaton The Great War will probably go in my dogshit tier for a Sabaton album ranking in the near future. Probably get hate for this, but I'll probably already get hate anyway. The next album that I didn't really gravitate towards and I absolutely hated was Infant Annihilator's The Battle of Yellowbehof. What the fuck is this? I didn't enjoy it. I hated this album. This is a very disappointing album in my opinion. A lot of people will praise this, but I hated this album. The lyrics overall are terrible. You get these crazy drumming that doesn't sound like a real human. I admit there are some really awesome instrumentals. It's quite proggy as well. But this is a very disappointing album. Dickie's vocals, I just can't stand his vocals. I just can't stand his vocals. Probably my least favorite deathcore band out there. This is way too chaotic for me. And one day, maybe Infant Annihilator will click for me, but at the moment, it doesn't. So it's going to be the most disappointing album because I was expecting a little bit more out of this band, to be honest. Maybe a little bit more melodic, maybe. But Infant Annihilator, Battle of Yellowbehof. No, next. Okay, so the next disappointing album is Rammstein. I love Rammstein, I really do. And unfortunately this album's not clicking for me. And I listened to this album many times and I still don't get it. This album is by far their weakest album. Look, there are some good songs like Radio, Deutschland, Ausländer, Puppe, all these amazing songs, but you get songs like Diamant and Hallo Man. You get these really generic Rammstein songs, simple Rammstein songs as well. Like, it took you fucking 10 years to make this album. Like, what the hell's going on, Rammstein? Yeah, so this was a very disappointing album in my opinion, and I didn't really enjoy it. You may have loved it. Rammstein fans probably may have loved it, but yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. And I'm a Rammstein fan as well, so I didn't really enjoy this album. Disappointing album. You guys may have probably in the top 5 albums of the year, but yeah, I'd rather listen to Rosenrot, to be honest. The next is Blind Guardian, The Legacy of the Darklands. So what the hell is this album, to be honest? You're getting some really nice symphonic orchestral films, but there are no fucking guitars. There are no intense drumming. You got Hansy's vocals. Hansy's vocals are fantastic. They are nice. It tells a nice story. Gotta admit, it tells a nice story and everything like that. But overall, sonically, it's not for me. Not for me. And I know my mate, he's a big Blind Guardian fan as well, and he didn't really enjoy this album at all. And this is a disappointing album. It was, because I heard another Blind Guardian Twilight Orchestra album, and that was absolutely amazing. Listen to this. This is a very disappointing album, and I gotta say that, yeah, I'll probably never listen to this again. I've listened to it 3 times, and I can guarantee you that I am very disappointed in this Blind Guardian Orchestra album. So yeah, I'm chucking that aside and never listening to it again. Okay, so coming in at number 2 is Bad Wolves and the album Nation. I mean, what the fuck are they doing, to be honest? Bad Wolves, what are you doing? You sound so damn generic. You got these predictable moments, those terrible breakdowns. You got songs like No Messiah, which doesn't lead to anywhere. Photo Friends is a pretty good song, and I'll Be There is quite melodic. But these stupid songs like Consumerist and Crying Game and LA Song. I didn't enjoy this album at all. I gave this a 2 out of 10 in my albums I explored, and I stand by it a 2 out of 10 because this album does not grow on me. Disobey was a fucking amazing album. I love Bad Wolves' first album, but this is shit. It's shit in my opinion, and I didn't really enjoy it. One of the worst albums of 2019 in my opinion, and I do enjoy Bad Wolves as well. This is a backstep for Bad Wolves. I really hope the 3rd album is going to hit the nail, because if you produce shit like this, you deserve to be in the bottom tier bands of 2019. Okay, so the most disappointing album of the year in my opinion is still Panther, Heavy Metal Rules. You fucked more jails than I fucked girls on the shore. I'm just questioning what Steel Panther were doing on this album, to be honest. Like, I understand I understand they're sort of a parody band, but they produce some really good fucking music as well. Some awesome glam metal elements. Lower the Bar is a really good album. I love that album. Along with Balls Out is a really good album. And All You Can Eat's a great album as well. And Feel the Steel. But Heavy Metal Rules is nah man, I'll pass because I didn't really enjoy this album. I hate it. It's generic. It's generic. Like, I understand they're going in a different route. I suppose the best song is Fuck Everybody. That's a really good song. But the rest is really horrible in my opinion. I don't really enjoy this. One of the worst Steel Panther albums I have listened to. One of the worst Steel Panther albums. Heavy Metal Rules deserves to be in another heavy metal element, and that is a trash can. Fuck everybody. Everybody can suck my dick. So hopefully you are still with me. This was a bit of a fun video, and you know what, basically I don't hate any of these albums. It's just me venting to you guys of how disappointed I was with these albums. Like, I don't hate any of these albums. I dislike one, and that's Steel Panther, Heavy Metal Rules, and maybe Bad Wolves. But just feel this is a tongue-in-cheek video as well. It was a fun video to make, and I hope you did enjoy it. Comment below your disappointing album. If you hated this video, comment below as well. Drop a like, or I know there are going to be tons of dislikes as well. subscribe if you want, or unsubscribe if you want, and I will see you in the next one.